There are 7 behaviors you've never been taught. And that's why people underestimate you. They make people fear you, even when you don't raise your voice. Let me tell you something uncomfortable. You're not weak. You're not slow. You were simply trained to behave in ways that make you easy to control. Machiavelli warned us something people ignore today. A feared man lives safer than a loved one. Not because he hurts people, but because he doesn't give them access to his mind. That wasn't philosophy. It was a reality check. Right now, you give people too much emotion, too much honesty, too much visibility into your inner world. And trust me, every person in your life has taken notes on you. Your anger, your softness, your doubts, your weakness. If you want power, you must become someone people cannot read and cannot provoke. And here's the harsh reality. People are studying you. Your reactions, your silence, your mistakes, your confidence, your weakness. Every behavior you show teaches them exactly how to treat you. You think you're being honest, you think you're being real, but you are giving away the blueprint to your mind. And the wrong person only needs one weakness to break you. So in this video, you're going to learn 7 behaviors that make people secretly fear you without saying a word. Behaviors that shift the room. Behaviors that force respect. Behaviors that quietly remove the power others think they have over you. Pay attention. What you're about to hear will force you to confront the version of yourself you've been hiding from. This might be the most important warning you hear this year. If you think you already know all these behaviors, you don't. Stay until the end, because the last one is the behavior that determines whether people treat you like a leader or like a target. Behavior 1. You don't react emotionally, even when provoked. There is a reason people fear you. And it's not because you're loud, aggressive, or violent. It's because you don't react. Let me ask you something. Have you ever noticed how uncomfortable people get when you stay calm during chaos? When you don't raise your voice, even when someone tries to push your buttons? When you don't flinch, don't cry, don't explode? That silence terrifies them. You don't defend yourself. You don't flinch when someone tries to provoke you. You stay calm, cold. And that terrifies people far more than anger ever will. Most people are slaves to their emotions. Someone tugs on their anger, they explode. Someone pulls on their insecurities, they crumble. Someone pushes a little, they break. But you control everything inside you, and that makes you dangerous. Let's start with the truth no one wants to admit. People don't provoke you to win. They provoke you to study you. When someone tries to irritate you, insult you, or embarrass you, they're not doing it for the moment. They're doing it to read your weaknesses. Do you get angry easily? Do you lose control? Do you expose your insecurity? Do you start defending yourself like a wounded animal? Because the moment you react emotionally, you reveal your pressure points. And the person who controls your emotions controls you. Machiavelli warned, whoever controls your emotions controls you. So he built his entire philosophy on one thing. Never let the enemy see you bleed. Never let them see you react. Now picture this. Someone insults you in front of others. Most people would fire back instantly, raise their voice, get defensive, show they've been hit. You don't. You look at them with the same face you had before they said it. No blinking, no change in breathing, no shift in posture. You give them nothing. And suddenly, the attention in the room shifts. Because at that moment right there, that silence, that control, that is the moment they realize they can't move you. Everyone stops focusing on the insult and starts focusing on your silence. Because silence is not weakness. Silence is psychological warfare. People panic when they can't read your emotions. They start thinking, did I go too far? What is he planning? Why isn't he reacting? Does he know something I don't? Your calmness becomes a mirror that shows them their own anxiety. Seneca said, "A man who is angry is not in control. A man who is calm is unstoppable." You become unstoppable when nothing controls you internally. Now listen closely and don't miss this. People expect you to react because your reaction gives them power. When you don't react, you flip the power dynamic. You become the observer, not the victim. You become the judge, not the defendant. They feel exposed, unbalanced, uncertain, and uncertainty is the root of fear. Because now it's clear that you don't play their emotional games. You don't lose your center. You don't give them access to your inner world. Marcus Aurelius said, "If someone can provoke you, you are a slave to them." You chose not to be a slave. Here's another truth. The person who stays calm controls the person who can't. Your calmness frustrates people with short tempers. It exposes people who pretend to be strong. It reveals who they really are. They start to crumble. They say too much. They reveal their insecurity. They lose control trying to make you lose yours. You turn them inside out simply by not reacting. That is power. Understand this. Emotional control is not about being passive. It's not about being a robot. It's about choosing when and how you respond, not letting chaos drag you into a battle you don't need to fight. It doesn't mean you feel nothing. It means you choose your timing. You respond when it's effective, not when you're triggered. You speak when it gives you leverage, not when you're disrespected. You act when they least expect it, not when you're provoked. This is why emotionally disciplined people rise faster than the talented, because talent collapses under emotional pressure. Discipline doesn't. Let me break down what your lack of reaction actually communicates. You can't control me. I don't fear you. That's why people avoid getting into conflict with someone like you. Not because you're aggressive, but because you're unshakable. Your calmness destroys their strategy before it begins. Now I want you to reflect for a moment. Think of the last time someone tried to pull a reaction out of you. Did you give it to them? Did you give them emotional access to your mind? Or did you stay silent and watch them fall apart trying to pull you down? Because here's the last truth I'll leave you with. He who angers you conquers you. He who cannot anger you fears you. When you master your reactions, you master the battlefield. You become the calm in the storm. And nothing is more terrifying than a man who stays calm when everyone else is losing control. If this hit you deeply, drop this in the comments. I control my emotions. Behavior 2. You speak less than necessary. There's a reason the most powerful people in history barely spoke. Because the moment you open your mouth too much, you give the world the blueprint to destroy you. Because the more you speak, the more you reveal. And the more you reveal, the easier you are to predict, manipulate, weaken, and destroy. Let me ask you something. Have you ever told someone the truth and they twisted it? Have you ever opened up and they used your own words to poison your reputation? Have you ever talked too much and later wished you said nothing? That's the price of speaking more than necessary. Silence protects, talking exposes. Machiavelli hinted at this when he wrote, "The wise man does at once what the fool does finally." And fools always speak first. Now listen carefully. There is a certain type of silence that scares people, a silence that forces them to wonder, what is he thinking? Why isn't he reacting? What does he know that I don't? Your silence becomes their paranoia. Let me paint a scenario you know too well. You're in a room. People are talking, arguing, explaining themselves, trying desperately to prove their point. You sit there, saying nothing. Not because you're confused, not because you're lost, but because you don't give your power away that easily. The loudest one in the room always feels strong, but the quiet one always is strong. Silence is not weakness. Silence is a strategy. When you speak less, people project more. They fill the gaps with their own fears, assumptions, fantasies, and insecurities. You let them reveal themselves, while you reveal nothing. Seneca said, "One of the most beautiful qualities of true friendship is to understand and to be understood." But pay attention, he never said everyone deserves understanding. Your words are currency. Spend them on people who earn them. Let me go even deeper. Talking too much destroys your aura. Every additional sentence is another window into your mind, another chance to expose your weakness, another chance to contradict yourself, another crack in your armor. The moment you explain yourself too much, you lose respect. The moment you justify yourself, you lose authority. The moment you talk to fill silence, you lose mystery. People respect what they don't fully understand. That's why the quiet ones rise and the talkers fade. Here's the harsh truth. Weak people can't stand silence. They rush to fill it because they fear judgment. They fear being misunderstood. They fear not being liked. You don't speak to be liked. You speak to be heard. And because you speak rarely, every word you drop carries weight. That's what makes people fear you. Imagine this. Someone confronts you. They accuse you. They challenge you. They want a reaction. Most people would panic, explain everything, defend themselves, speak until they feel safe. But you let them talk. You listen. You watch them reveal their emotional weakness. Then you respond with 5 words and cut deeper than their 10-minute rant. That's power. Let me teach you something no one else will. If your words don't improve your position, your silence will. Powerful people speak to direct. Weak people speak to relieve anxiety. Which one are you? Look at your life. How many problems came from something you said? How many relationships died because you shared too much? How many enemies were born because your mouth moved faster than your mind? Words are permanent. Reputation is fragile. And silence is cheap. But here's the real secret. When you speak less, people start listening more. Your silence becomes anticipation. Your presence becomes tension. Your words become impact. Your character becomes myth. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "The soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts, but your mouth, it stains your reputation. In a world addicted to attention, you become powerful by withholding yours. In a world full of noise, you become respected by choosing silence. In a world of talkers, leaders are the ones who wait, think, and strike with precision." Now ask yourself, how much of my life has been damaged because I spoke too soon? How many opportunities did I lose because I revealed too much? How many enemies were created because I couldn't keep quiet? And now imagine the opposite. What happens when you become harder to read? What happens when your silence makes people second-guess themselves? What happens when your words become rare, but heavy? You become dangerous. You become respected. You become unforgettable. Behavior 3. You walk away without explaining yourself. This is the one behavior that terrifies people more than anger, more than confrontation, more than shouting. Walking away without explaining a single thing. There is a moment in every powerful person's life when they finally realize this truth. You don't win battles by arguing. You win by walking away, silently, without explaining a single thing. That's the moment people begin to fear you. Most people cannot handle silence. They cannot handle distance. They cannot handle the feeling of being cut off without closure. But you walk away like it costs you nothing, and that terrifies them. Let me ask you this. How many times did someone disrespect you, and instead of arguing, you simply stood up, looked at them, and left. No shouting, no dramatic exit, no emotional speech about how they hurt you, just silence. And in that silence, they finally saw your value. Because when you don't explain yourself, you force people to sit alone with their guilt, their insecurity, their fear of losing access to you. Machiavelli understood this deeply. He wrote, "Men forget the death of their father sooner than the loss of their inheritance." What does that mean? People only value what they think they're about to lose. And when you walk away without a word, you become the inheritance they can't replace. Let me paint the scene for you. You're talking to someone who takes you for granted. They interrupt you, they mock you, they question your worth. They forget what you've done. A weaker person would beg to be understood. They would explain their intentions. They would justify their actions. But you don't explain. You don't clarify. You don't defend. You simply leave. And right after you disappear, the panic begins. What did I do? Is he angry? Is he done with me? Did I cross a line? They replay the moment over and over, trying to decode your silence. Your absence becomes louder than any argument could ever be. Because this is the truth. People respect distance more than words. They respect boundaries more than explanations. They respect silence more than begging. Walking away is not weakness, it's strategy. Seneca said, "He who is brave is free." And nothing is more freeing than refusing to explain your worth to someone who doesn't see it. Let me take it deeper. Every time you explain yourself, you make yourself smaller. You give the other person power. You put your value up for debate. But when you walk away, you end the debate permanently. They don't get to vote on your worth anymore. Let me give you an example. You're confronted with unfair judgment. Someone accuses you of something you didn't do. Someone twists your intentions. Someone tries to pull you into emotional chaos. The average person defends endlessly, trying to prove themselves. But you don't defend. You don't plead your case. You don't educate them on who you are. Because anyone who misunderstands you on purpose doesn't deserve access to your truth. Silence becomes your answer. Leaving becomes your statement. And that is what makes people fear losing you. Because walking away shows you are not attached. You are not dependent. You are not desperate. You are replaceable to no one, but willing to replace everyone. Here's the harsh truth no one admits. People don't listen when you explain. They listen when you leave. They listen when your silence stabs deeper than any words ever could. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "The best revenge is to be unlike him who performed the injury," meaning, don't mirror their chaos, don't mirror their disrespect, don't mirror their emotional instability. Rise above it, walk away from it, let your silence shame them. Now ask yourself this, and be honest. How many people would still be in your life right now if you had stopped explaining and simply walked away sooner? How many problems would have ended quicker? How much peace would you have gained? How much self-respect would you have saved? Walking away is not giving up. Walking away is choosing yourself, choosing your dignity, choosing your mind over their chaos. But here's the real power move. Walking away without closure. Without warning, because closure is a privilege, and not everyone deserves it. If this hit you hard, if you've carried the weight of over-explaining, trying to be understood, trying to prove you're worth staying for, then drop this in the comments. I walk away now. Behavior 4. You don't break under pressure or staring eyes. There is a moment that reveals who a person truly is. Not when life is calm, not when things are easy, but when every eye in the room is on you, waiting to see if you'll break. Most people collapse under pressure. They panic, their hands shake, their voice cracks, their confidence dies in front of witnesses. But you're different. When pressure hits, you don't fold, you freeze the world. Let me ask you something. Have you noticed how people get intimidated when you stay calm while things fall apart? How their voice gets shaky while yours remains steady? That's because stillness under pressure is not normal. It's power, and people fear power they cannot match. Machiavelli wrote, "A prince must always appear composed in the face of adversity." He didn't say be composed. He said appear composed, because people judge what they see, not what you feel. Let me paint a scene. You're in a room. Tension is rising. People are arguing, pointing fingers, raising voices. All eyes turn to you, waiting for your reaction, waiting to see if you'll panic like they would. But you don't. Your breathing stays slow. Your face stays unbothered. Your voice stays clean and sharp. Your posture doesn't shift an inch. And suddenly, the entire room recalibrates. Because when one man remains calm, everyone else feels exposed. Your calm highlights their chaos. Your control exposes their insecurity. Your composure makes them question their own mind. People don't fear your strength. They fear their weakness in your presence, Marcus Aurelius said. If you are distressed by anything external, the pain is not due to the thing itself, but your estimate of it. Meaning, pressure is an illusion, one you no longer fall for. You mastered something most people never even attempt: emotional neutrality under fire. Let's take it deeper. Pressure reveals who is built for leadership and who is built to follow. Watch what happens in a crisis. The weak panic. The emotional react, but the powerful, they observe. They calculate. They respond, not react. Your calm is not emptiness. Your calm is strategy. Your calm tells the world, I am not controlled by chaos. I control myself. This scares people. Because calmness means you're not impulsive, not predictable, not easily manipulated. Let me show you why people fear you under pressure. 1, you don't flinch. Most people reveal fear through micro-reactions, but your face stays unreadable. 2, you don't break eye contact. People feel exposed when you look at them like you're reading their soul, because you are. 3, you don't rush your words. A calm voice under pressure is more threatening than shouting. 4, you don't show your intentions. They don't know what you'll do next, and uncertainty intimidates them. Seneca said, a gem cannot be polished without friction, nor a man perfected without trials. Pressure didn't damage you, it shaped you. Let me give you a real scenario. Someone confronts you publicly. They expect you to crumble, fall apart, defend yourself desperately. They want to embarrass you, control you, expose you. But instead, you look them dead in the eye. Your face calm, your voice steady, your mind sharp. You answer with precision, or better yet, you answer with silence. The crowd instantly senses the shift. You didn't defend yourself. You dominated without lifting a finger. This is psychological warfare, and you mastered it without realizing it. Now think about this. Why do people fear those who stay calm under pressure? Because chaos is comfortable for the weak. When you refuse to join their chaos, you force them to face their own instability. Your composure highlights their lack of composure. Your discipline highlights their lack of discipline. Your confidence highlights their insecurity. Your very existence becomes a mirror, and they don't like what they see. So they fear you. Here's a hard truth no one will ever say out loud. People don't fear the loudest one in the room. People fear the quiet one watching everything. Because the quiet one sees more, thinks deeper, and strikes cleaner. People fear the man who doesn't break under pressure, because they know they would have. Now ask yourself, how many times did staying calm save you? How many times did silence win the battle? How many times did composure turn the tables? And now imagine doubling down on it. Imagine becoming the man who stays unshakable in every situation. Imagine being the one people look to for direction, not because you demanded respect, but because pressure revealed you were the only one strong enough to handle it. A man who stays calm under pressure becomes the standard. A man who stays calm under staring eyes becomes unforgettable. If this hits you hard, drop this in the comments. I don't break. Because from now on, pressure won't expose you. It will reveal you. Behavior 5. You don't need anyone's approval. There is a certain kind of man who walks through the world differently. He doesn't chase validation. He doesn't beg for acceptance. He doesn't shapeshift to fit in. And that man is feared. Not because he threatens people, but because he exposes the truth they're terrified to admit. Most people cannot breathe without approval. But you can. Let me ask you something. How many decisions in your life were made out of fear of judgment? How many dreams did you shrink because someone raised an eyebrow? How many times did you stay silent because you didn't want to disappoint anyone? Now, imagine never doing that again. Imagine moving through the world with the confidence of someone who does not need to be liked, loved, or understood. That level of independence is rare. And rare things are feared, Machiavelli said. It is better to be feared than loved if you cannot be both. He wasn't talking about cruelty. He was talking about independence. If people's approval builds your confidence, their rejection can destroy it. But if your confidence comes from within, nothing can touch it. Let me paint a scene. You walk into a room. Everyone is trying to impress everyone. Laughing too loudly, speaking too much, trying to look important. You walk in calm, silent, grounded. You're not performing. You're not begging for attention. You're not adjusting yourself to be accepted. And instantly, people notice you. Why? Because independence is magnetic. People gravitate toward the person who doesn't need them. Here's the psychological truth. When you don't seek approval, your value increases. People treat you differently because your energy tells them, I don't need anything from you. And nothing intimidates people more than a man who is impossible to manipulate. Marcus Aurelius wrote, look within. Within is the fountain of good, meaning your worth comes from you, not from applause. Most people fear losing approval. You fear losing yourself. That's why you can walk away while others cling. That's why you can be alone while others collapse in isolation. That's why people talk about you, even when you say nothing. Because when a man doesn't need approval, he becomes unpredictable. And unpredictable men are powerful. Let's go deeper. Approval is a chain. It dictates how you dress, how you speak, who you date, what dreams you pursue, what risks you avoid. But the moment you stop caring about external validation, you break the chain. You start walking your real path, not the one people drew for you. You stop explaining. You stop convincing. You stop dimming your ambition to make others feel safe. You become someone others cannot control. Seneca said, to be everywhere is to be nowhere. Meaning, if you try to please everyone, you belong to no one, not even yourself. Now let me give you a scene you've lived before. You tell someone your idea, your dream, your plan, and they look at you with doubt, skepticism, a smirk, and suddenly, you shrink. You feel embarrassed. You question yourself, but think about it. If you need their approval to begin, you'll need their permission to continue, and eventually, you'll need their validation to feel worthy. That is slavery. Self-built slavery. But when you stop needing approval, their doubt doesn't matter. Their judgment doesn't matter. Their jealousy doesn't matter. Their misunderstanding doesn't matter. You stop living to be accepted. You start living to be aligned with yourself. Watch how people react when you do this. Some will respect you instantly. Some will hate you quietly. Some will talk behind your back because they can't influence you. Some will follow you because they want what you have, a backbone. But every single one of them will feel something around you. Because independence is a presence, a pressure, a silent statement of self-worth. Here's a harsh truth you need to swallow. People don't fear the man who is loved. They fear the man who can walk away from love and still remain whole. People don't fear the man who wants approval. They fear the man who creates approval. People don't fear the man who blends in. They fear the man who stands alone. If this hits you deeply, comment this right now. I need no approval. Because from this moment on, your confidence won't come from applause. It won't come from compliments. It won't come from being chosen. It won't come from being accepted. It will come from you. And the man who approves of himself is the man the world eventually respects. Behavior 6. You set boundaries instantly and without apology. There is a moment in every relationship or friendship where someone tests you. A joke that goes too far. A boundary they assume you won't enforce. Weak men ignore it. Average men explain themselves. But powerful men, they cut it right there. Instantly, without apology, without softening the blow. And that is why people secretly fear you. Most people avoid this because they want to be liked. You do it because you want to be respected. And that is exactly why people quietly fear you. Let me ask you something. How many times have you let something slide because you didn't want to make things awkward? How many times did someone cross a line and you laughed it off, even though it bothered you? How many times did you let people disrespect you because you didn't want to cause problems? Now think about this. Did any of those people become better? Did they change? Did they suddenly respect you? No. They saw your silence as weakness, and they acted accordingly. Here's a harsh truth. Every time you fail to set a boundary, you teach people how to mistreat you. Let me paint a scene. Someone makes a disrespectful joke. Everyone laughs. They look at you, waiting to see your reaction. Most people smile awkwardly. Most people pretend it's fine. Most people swallow their discomfort. But you look them straight in the eyes and say, "Don't do that again." The room freezes because nobody expects you to defend yourself without anger, without raising your voice, without hesitation. You don't need noise to prove your point. Your tone is enough. Your presence is enough. Marcus Aurelius said, "If it is not right, do not do it. If it is not true, do not say it. And if it is not respectful, you do not accept it." Let me show you why boundaries scare people. 1. Boundaries expose power imbalances. The moment you say stop, you reveal who was benefiting from your silence. 2. Boundaries remove manipulation. A manipulator needs you confused, compliant, and unsure. A boundary shatters that. 3. Boundaries make people confront themselves. And most people can't handle their own reflection. That is why they fear you. Because you don't hesitate. Because you don't soften your words to protect feelings. Because you don't shrink yourself to maintain harmony. Difficult people hate boundaries because boundaries reveal their intentions. Now let me go deeper. People test you all the time, not always consciously. Sometimes to see how far they can push. Sometimes to see what you tolerate. Sometimes to see if you are the type of person they can take advantage of. But when you respond instantly, with clarity, "No, don't speak to me like that. I'm not doing that. This conversation is over. I'm leaving." They learn everything they need to know about you. Not weak, not naive, not scared, not malleable, strong, self-respecting, in control of yourself and your environment. Seneca said, "You must live for yourself or you will never live at all." Boundaries are how you live for yourself. Let me paint another scene, because this is the one most people avoid. Someone asks you for something unreasonable. Your time, your money, your energy, your attention, your loyalty, your patience. Most people say yes, not because they want to, but because they're scared to say no. You say, "No, that doesn't work for me." And suddenly, their mask slips. Their tone changes. Their body language shifts. Why? Because they were counting on your fear. But you didn't give it to them. People fear the person who cannot be pressured. Because pressure is how they control the world. Let me hit you with the truth you already know but never said out loud. People don't get mad when you set boundaries. They get mad when your boundaries stop them from using you. And the moment you realize this, you become unstoppable. A man without boundaries becomes a tool. A man with boundaries becomes a force. So here is your reflection moment. How many problems in your life came from what you allowed? How much stress was created by the things you didn't say? How many times did your silence cost you peace? Now flip it. What happens when you commit to boundaries? When you protect your time? When you protect your energy? When you stop explaining yourself? When you stop tolerating disrespect? People start treating you differently. Your relationships change. Your environment changes. Your life becomes smaller but stronger, quieter but safer, colder but cleaner. And the people who remain, they respect you far more than the ones who left, because boundaries don't chase people away. They filter them. Behavior 7. You walk away from anyone who threatens your peace. There is a moment in every relationship where you feel it. A shift, a tone, a comment, a subtle disrespect. A crack in the energy that tells you instantly, this person is not good for my peace. Most people ignore that moment. They stay, they explain, they hope. They negotiate with disrespect, thinking it will magically turn into love or loyalty. But powerful people, they don't wait for the damage. They walk away before the explosion, cold, silent. And that is the behavior that terrifies people the most. Because walking away without emotion is the one move they can never control. Let me ask you something. How many times have you stayed where you weren't valued because you didn't want to look rude? How many times did you lower your standards to keep someone who never deserved you? And what did it cost you? Your peace, your time, your confidence, your sanity. Walking away is not weakness. It is the highest form of power. Marcus Aurelius said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this and you will find strength." Walking away is exactly that. You stop trying to change people, control people, win people. You reclaim your mind. Let me paint you a scene. You're arguing with someone who doesn't want the truth. They want victory. They want ego. They want chaos. Most people fight back. They shout. They escalate. They give their energy to someone who thrives on draining it. But you stop talking. You step back. You leave. And suddenly, they panic. Why? Because your silence hits harder than any insult. Your absence is louder than any argument. Walking away exposes them. It forces them to face their own behavior. People who rely on your reaction cannot survive your absence. Here's the brutal truth. If someone threatens your peace, you owe them nothing. Not closure, not explanations, not a final conversation, not one last chance. Peace is expensive. Stop giving discounts. Seneca said, associate with those who will make a better man of you. He didn't say fix them. He didn't say wait for them to improve. He said choose people who elevate you. Everyone else, distance. Another scene. Imagine someone who constantly drains you, emotionally, mentally, financially. You try to help. You try to understand. You try to fix them. But the truth is, they don't want fixing. They want access. They want a place to dump their chaos. One day you stop responding. You stop being available. You stop carrying their weight. And watch what happens. Suddenly you're selfish. But they never cared when you were drained. They only care now because your energy is no longer theirs to consume. That is what peace thieves hate the most, losing access. Machiavelli said, never was anything great achieved without danger. The danger he's talking about here is internal. The danger of letting the wrong people stay in your life. The danger of tolerating chaos because you fear being alone. The danger of sacrificing your peace for temporary company. Walking away is the cure. Let's go even deeper. There are 3 types of people you must walk away from immediately. Those who disrespect you once and call it a joke. They're testing the limits of what they can get away with. Fail that test once, and they will repeat it forever. If you always leave tired, and they always leave satisfied, you're in the wrong room. Those who get angry when you decide to choose yourself, they weren't benefiting you. They were benefiting from you. And here's the harshest part. The sooner you walk away from these people, the sooner your life rises. But most people stay too long. They hope it gets better. They wait for change. They ignore their instincts. Your instincts never lied. Your hope did. Now think back on your life. How many times did your peace whisper, leave, and you didn't listen? And what did you get for staying? Pain you could have avoided. Wounds you could have escaped. Lessons you didn't need. Now flip it. What happens if you walk away the moment someone becomes a threat to your peace? You become untouchable. Your mind gets sharper. Your focus becomes lethal. Your energy becomes sacred. And your presence becomes valuable. Because people fear losing someone who values their peace more than their approval. If this hit you hard, drop this in the comments. My peace is final. The world doesn't fear the loud man. It fears the man who walks away without a word. Because that man has nothing left to lose and everything to protect. If this message hit you in the chest, don't keep it for yourself. Someone in your circle is drowning right now, and this truth might save them. Share it. Like the video. Subscribe. This isn't entertainment. This is evolution. I'll see you in the next video.